In this video, I'm going to demonstrate using an if-elif-else statement to choose exactly one of several alternatives by creating a program that converts a letter grade to the equivalent number of grade points. The program will display an error message if the value entered by the user is not a valid letter grade. I'll begin by writing a comment that describes the purpose of the program and a few comments that briefly outline the steps that I'll take to create it. Now that the comments have been written, it's time to start writing the Python statements to perform each step. I'll start by reading the letter grade from the user by calling the input function. Notice that I have not called the int or float functions in this statement because the value I am reading from the user is text, not a number. I'll use an if-elif-else statement to convert the letter grade into a number of grade points. The if and elif cases will handle valid input. Each condition will compare the input to a specific letter grade, and each body will store the correct number of grade points into the GP variable. I'll use the else case to handle invalid input. The else case will store -1 into the GP variable as a sentinel value to indicate that the input was not valid. In this program, displaying the output will require more than just a print statement because I need one output message for valid input and a different output message for invalid input. I'll use an if-else statement to differentiate between these cases. The body of the if statement will run when a valid letter grade was entered. The body of the else statement will run when an invalid input is received. Let's see what happens when I run the program. When the user enters a D, the condition on the if statement evaluates to false, so Python skips the body of the if statement and moves on to the first elif statement. The condition on the first elif statement is also false, so Python moves on to the next elif statement. The condition on it is false too, so once again, Python moves on to the next elif statement. This time the condition on the elif statement evaluates to true, so Python runs its body and stores 1 into the GP variable. Since Python ran the body of the elif statement, it skips the remaining elif and else statements and continues by running the next if statement. The condition on this if statement is true, so Python runs the body of the if statement and displays the result of the conversion. Let's run the program again. When the user enters an A, the condition on the if statement evaluates to true, so Python runs the body of the if statement and stores 4 in the GP variable. Since the body of the if statement was executed, all of the remaining elif and else statements are skipped. Execution continues at the beginning of the next if statement. The condition on this if statement is true, so Python runs its body and displays the result of the conversion. This time I'll run the program and provide input that isn't a valid letter grade. When Python receives this input, the condition on the if statement evaluates to false, so Python goes on and considers the condition on the first elif statement. Its condition also evaluates to false, so Python skips its body and moves on to the next elif statement. Its condition also evaluates to false, so Python continues by examining the conditions on the remaining elif statements, all of which evaluate to false. Since none of the conditions evaluated to true, Python runs the body of the else statement and stores -1 in the GP variable. Execution continues at the beginning of the next if statement. Since the condition on this if statement is false, Python skips the body of the if statement and runs the body of the else statement, which displays an appropriate error message. This program has demonstrated using an if-elif-else statement to choose exactly one of several alternatives. I hope that watching this video has increased your understanding of this topic.